All right, final up, our elder statesman. He just won the San Diego Literary Deathmatch last night at my expense. Please welcome Jim Ruland.
I'll be the last reader tonight before the screening of House, which I'm really looking forward to in spite of my intense fear and loathing of cats. But I think I'm going to be okay. Also afraid of pianos and Japanese people. This is a true story. I'm watching a monster movie. It's called Neon Maniacs. It's about this gang of monsters who live under the Golden Gate Bridge. The maniacs have names like Soldier, Samurai, and Mohawk. And they kill people with rifles, swords, and tomahawks. Neon Maniacs is the Village People of monster movies. The hero is a girl who is obsessed with classic horror films. She takes it all very seriously. This makes her something of an outcast, but when the maniacs wipe out a clique of high school kids, leaving one hysterical yet super sexy survivor, the girl who loves monster movies too much saves the day. I know a lot about this movie because my cousin Mark wrote it. When I was growing up, Neon Maniacs was Mark's great dream, the thing he was always wrestling with, to complete, to see through to the end. He worked on this movie for years. You see, Mark was the kid who loved scary movies too much. He went to film school at NYU, but all he wanted to do was study monsters. He talked about guys like Ray Harryhausen and Ed Wood, like they were Coppola and Scorsese. I wanted to be just like Mark. One day I overheard my aunt wondering when he was going to get over this monster bullshit. Now, even though I was just a kid, I understood that Mark was never going to get over it. This was his passion, his dream. And how could she not know this about him? Eventually, Neon Maniacs got made, and Mark went to Hollywood and started selling scripts. He wrote episodes of TV shows like Tales from the Dark Side, adapted a novel for a made-for-television movie, and then sold a script that became a big Hollywood feature, Pumpkinhead, a story of revenge. Suddenly, Mark's foolish dreams didn't seem so foolish anymore. He and his wife bought a house in LA, had a kid, a beautiful baby girl, and then he checked himself into a motel and shot himself in the head. It's impossible to underestimate the influence that Mark had on me. I wanted to be a writer too, but writing was for the kids who got good grades and went to expensive colleges. Wanting to be a writer was like wanting to be an astronaut or a cowboy. But I watched Mark do it. I witnessed the struggle, celebrated his success. He made me realize the impossible was within reach. He opened the door, and I followed him through it. I've always admired Mark for his tenacity, for making his own path and refusing to give up. And if it was a path that others didn't approve of, well, that was just too fucking bad. It might be the most valuable lesson anyone ever taught me, and he never knew it. When Mark was growing up in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, he used to walk down to the waterfront and watch the Verrazano Narrows Bridge being built. He was fascinated with these huge concrete pyramids and pylons, support structures for the bridge. He imagined they were conduits to another world, a place where monsters lived. He put it all in Neon Maniacs, except Hollywood fucked it up. They moved New York to San Francisco and made the main character a girl. They wrote him out of his own movie. Sometimes I read reviews of Neon Maniacs on the internet. They always mention my cousin's suicide, usually under the heading of trivia or fun facts, which kind of sucks. The comments are kinder than you would think. Their biggest complaint is there's no origin story, no explanation for how the Neon Maniacs became Neon Maniacs. So I'm writing a sequel, Neon Maniacs 2. It's a prequel actually, and it's not a screenplay, but I'm basing it off my cousin's original script, putting back what was taken out. That makes it the novelization of an imaginary sequel. It's a comedy. Sometimes a monster movie is just a monster movie. But I can tell you one thing. I can tell you how it ends. The boy who loves scary movies too much saves the day. Thank you very much.